TaylorMade's brand new P790 irons. This is the full review. We're going to talk about who could game them, what is new about the new P790s, and is it really any better than last iteration of the same club? TaylorMade P790 full review. Let's get stuck in. So P790 is really like a player's iron, offering as much help as this kind of beautiful looking iron can offer. But TaylorMade is saying that the real beauty lies beneath. It's got AI optimized weight in it. It's got speed foam inside, obviously. And every iron is uniquely designed to perform how every iron should. Again, what TaylorMade say. So with precision tungsten, they're using that to align where your hits hopefully hit on the face. And if they don't, that's going to try and help you as much as possible with each iron, giving you this blend of beautiful looks, great feels, and some forgiveness. And that's the key with these kind of irons. You're getting that tour style look, but you are getting some help as well, is the design premise. The 4140 forged high speed face is helping TaylorMade deliver what they call an intelligent sweet spot. This is all there to help you deliver more consistent ball speeds that might help you hit more consistent distances, that might help you hit more greens. Let's check out the look and the feel of the new P790. It looks great. I mean, all the P range for ages now have looked good. The P790, no difference. It looks solid. It's not the most slender, but it's got nice shaping. It's got lovely colorways, so it's not too glary at the same time, so this kind of satiny finish. It looks minimal offset, very nice straight lines on the top of the club. It's also got the back end of it, you know, like the shop appeal. It looks professional and player-esque, but at the same time you'd look at it and think, like that's offering me some help, isn't it? Oh yeah, and it sounds really quite nice, solid, not loud, like a good sound, but not clumpy or clicky. Sounds actually very soft, giving me that feel that you want from kind of a better player's iron, and everything that kind of the person looking at this club would think they need and want, but at the same time delivering a decent amount of help for this kind of package of club, you know, where this one sits in the world of players. What are we calling this now? Like players, game improvement players, or players, I don't know what we call it. Because each company, and this is not TaylorMade, every company have so many different versions of almost the same iron. Like the steps between them are so blended now, and that's the idea for lots, you know, it is a blending between sets. This one, in any iron, I think up to 5 iron, I could still game this looking at it. I would certainly want to get chunkier, in my opinion, when I go up into the lower lofts, when I come down in the numbers up to the 5 iron, 4 iron, even a 6 iron maybe. But that just feels super, super solid. While at the same time, feeling like a player's iron. Loving that. So the cost, this is never a pleasant part of these reviews. They're not cheap. Nothing is anymore, depending on how you define cheap, obviously. American prices I can find at the moment. If this isn't right, post in the comments what you're finding, because it changes and it moves as I do these reviews. 6 iron set, $1,200. 6 iron set. In the UK, that comes out at £930. So, like, serious commitment. If you're looking at these kind of clubs, if you desire this kind of club, I'm not saying it's better or worse, but if your desire is for this kind of premium club, you are going to be paying these kind of prices. So I did something different with the numbers. I actually took the GC cord out onto the course to give you some real gaming in play numbers. The numbers were as solid as you would expect. I was averaging around 185 with my 7 iron, or its 7 iron. The spin was averaging around 6,800, which is pretty good. Inside that would be more 6,200, 6,000, shows you the inside to outside kind of discrepancies. I could get ones down in the 5,000, but I was getting ones up in the 7,000s as well, which inside, because of the way mats work, the spin drops off. So often you're given slightly false numbers inside. I mean, they're not false if they're all comparative, but you are definitely over exaggerating distance a little bit more inside with iron. Peak heights were good. That land angle is going to come down and get that ball stopping. I thought the numbers were very healthy, and I thought the numbers were super, super solid. I don't think there's any surprises in the numbers anymore, certainly not from a company like TaylorMade. The clubs are just well made. They do exactly what they should do, subject to those lofts that you deliver. Do I feel all the tech, does it come through all in the numbers with any manufacturer? So hard to actually define what any of that tech is doing, but as the club felt and the numbers came out, very, very precise on the number, exactly what I would expect. So before we jump into my precision game, who could game these clubs? Well, anyone who loves TaylorMade. Their irons, they have to be, I think, one of the best brands in the last X amount of years to take their iron brand from being a slight cult following while their drivers were really and always have been like at the top of the game. Like everyone wants TaylorMade drivers. It's that kind of Callaway or TaylorMade battle always. But the irons from TaylorMade for a long time were just, a few people used them, otherwise they were just crazy game improvement bombers. They've turned themselves in the P series irons, which I've been saying in reviews for years now, into what I think is a bog standard, kind of right in the pack. I don't mean bog standard isn't bad, I mean that as a compliment, as in they've put themselves in the realms of Titleist irons, Mizuno irons, on feels, sounds, certainly looks. The P series of all just look so much better, in my opinion, than older series. So people who will game these are people who want TaylorMade clubs, people who want really good looking clubs in this ilk, so in this kind of design. You're going to want these because nothing really looks better. They might look different, which you think is better, but these look as good as these kind of irons can look. You still buy into a bit of tech because they're shouting tech like TaylorMade often do, and at the same time you want performance that you see on tour and you see at club level. When it comes to different handicaps gaming these, you've got to look at how you strike the ball, what you want from a club. The differences is so small often in the strikes across the face. The human just shines through more than any club can help. That's why the rules are black and white in the rule book of what clubs can do. But I mean, I wouldn't worry of any handicap limit game in these clubs. You could be a beginner, you could be a tour player. Yes, they're ones that might give you the appearance of more friendliness designs or might even help with launches. But these are kind of, anyone could game these. They're generally aimed at the better player is where you would put them. That's the selling point. They're more down at that better player price and design and looks. But again, I think anyone could game them. They just look great. Fun little game to finish. We've got the white tees, the yellow tees and the red tees going forwards with this player's iron. Can I hit player's shot? This is maxing this 7 iron out to get it certainly to the back of the green. The yellow's probably near perfect to get it to the back of the green, and the reds I'm going to have to just ease off it. Can I play shots with the player's iron? Chuck those forward. We're also going to use GC quad here to look at the numbers that we get out as well from this iron. So the pin, the back here is 190 to the back, 183 middle. So to get this to the back pin, this is me hitting this one very hard. I've hit it good. It's just the left side of the green. That just needs to hold on. Oh, it might catch the left side of the green. Hit that solid, and that has got 189. So that should be near the back. Let's go forwards. Now 168, 175 to the back. Pin looks like it's at the back. If it's not, I'm playing for a back right pin. This needs to be medium to slightly eased off. I feel slightly shorter swing, definitely not as jumpy out of the ground. And that looks pretty middle of the greenie. Yeah, 172, love it. Right, forward we go. So from the reds we are now, okay, 160, 170 to the back, like a 161 middle. So I do have to, I'm actually going to shape this a little as well, so put a little bit of fade ease off it. That's the left cut in, struck that really good. Keep moving. Now they're all slightly up the left side, but I feel like I've really controlled the distance. Should we go and have a look? And this is why you might look at this kind of iron. This is my medium. So when I went to the yellow, this is my white, me smashing it out. Did have a little bit more run out. The front tees actually is my furthest away, but it is pin high, and it's really the dispersion between long and short here. So the measurement this way, that's very valuable with these kind of clubs. When we get in the studio and when you go for your custom fits in studios, often you're looking at that top end number, or you're looking at that average number, you know, so you're putting in the one that's 20 yards short of the green and the one that's 10 yards past, and then saying, oh, I average around pin high. Like, there's an element where averages are great, but also it's that standard deviation. How much do they deviate from my average, which was kind of about here? Well, that kind of level of deviation there, that tight level of deviation, is why you might go for a club like this. I think it's solid, well made. TaylorMade have just been hitting the button, the nail, when it comes to their P series irons for years now. This one's no different. Go and give it a go. Let me know what you think. If you want to actually improve striking your irons, because that's where the real money lies, this video's got loads of information to help you improve that strike.